All right, hello. Hello, good morning. As I finish this blue sky post. Goodness gracious, what a morning. What a morning. Celestian, how the heck are you? It's good to see you. It's good to see you, my friend. I hope you're doing well. It's a me. It's a me. That's what I say all the time. Then yeah, I just walk around all the time. I'll just walk around town. It's a me. And then I get sued. Nintendo lawyer, Reggie Fils-Aimé just shows up, punches me in the face. Reggie Fils-Aimé just get shouts in the clip. You violated the copyright. And then let me post the blue sky post that I finished. That's a mess. You're like, that's a lot. What are you saying? What are you even saying? Oh, hell yeah, get your tea. Listen, I'm here for it. Get your tea. Okay. So today, gosh, we have a full day. Let me tell you. We have a full day. We have an unboxing to do first off, which is very exciting. We have an unboxing. I have a box that I got last week, and we're just finally making time for it. There's finally space for it. Oh my God, I'm gonna start over. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna have some tea. Okay. So last week I got a box from ninth level games and MSF. We've talked about this already. They're doing a partnership around Free RPG Day this year to help drive awareness of Free RPG Day, help drive awareness for MSF. They're working together to boost each other, which we love to see. And so they sent myself and a number of other creators a box of just about everything you can get when you go to Free RPG Day. You can't get everything, but this is just about everything that is available, which is exciting. So I'm going to show off my new Digimon cards because we did the pre-release. So I'll show off all the stuff from the pre-release. We'll get into the box. Oh, that reminds me, I need to set up the light. I was fighting with the camera so much this morning. Y'all. It was such a pain. Like, I was so mad. But I wonder if I could use this other camera. I wonder if the side camera would be better for showing off the RPG days. Maybe, listen, maybe we pull a little bit of an audible. How well does this? See, the problem with this camera is it doesn't stand up well, That's really the problem, is I need another tripod clip or something for a third camera. That's really the problem. But yeah, so we're gonna go through that. We're gonna go through that unboxing. We'll show you all that stuff. We'll talk about it. Talk about what it is. what I know about it, all that stuff. And we've got a new Free RPG Day command. If people want to go learn about Free RPG Day, see where Free RPG Day is near them. There's like 500 stores around the US. So hopefully there's one near you. That would be really cool. It would be, if there's one near you, I highly recommend you go check it out. Which I'll say a bunch. So after we're done with that, we're gonna go to, we're gonna play more Titanium Court. Because I've been really wanting to play more Titanium Court. And nice little break from Persona 5. We're gonna do a little Titanium Court. And then later tonight, I'm playing more V Rising with Emily and D, which I'm so excited about. I've really been enjoying V Rising. Playing it with Emily and D has been so enjoyable. And I'm gonna trick out the tower that we made last time with all of the cool, DLC cosmetics I got from Stunlock Studios for their Court of Creators. They sent over like 3 or 4 DLC keys. So we're gonna go through what all of those cosmetics look like, get those set up, trick out, have a nice, cool, super cool like Wizard's Tower. And yeah, so we just got a big full day. Yeah, we got a big full day. So, I mean, honestly, let's get right into it. Let me get this light set up. We're gonna get right to it. So I'm gonna press the BRB. And then I will see you back here at the desk. All right, it doesn't want to seem to do that. Okay, I did open the PNG Poppy. Everything's fighting today. Everything is fighting me today. Like, everything is trying to make it harder. The computer was like, "Hey, we've got a graphics driver update, so you got to do that." OBS is like, "Oh, we don't want to show the desk camera, all this mess." Were the kitties trying to fight you this morning? They were uncharacteristically good, but then also they decided to fight a bunch this morning. So like, no rest, no peace. I don't get any peace. So we did the Digimon pre-release on Sunday for the release of the new starter deck and the release of the new BT25 set. So I figured we could show some of this off because I'm so excited for Digimon stuff. I've been so excited for this release for like a month and a half. I've been waiting for this. So we talked about this yesterday. I talked about this yesterday with Ionic, but I always recommend, if you want to get into the Digimon card game, now is a great time, by the way. If you want to get into the Digimon card game, now is a fantastic time. Now is a fantastic time. There's new starter decks in stores. There's a new set built to support that starter deck. There's two different starter decks. What am I saying? There's two different starter decks. There's a new set built to support both of them. There's a bunch of events. There's a bunch of new player events. So we're looking great. So this is the Beat Break starter deck based off of the new anime. First of all, I love it comes with these reprint memory boosts. These are actually, they're reprint cards, but this is new art. So we've got this new fantastic textured foil. I don't think the texturing is gonna come through, but it has some of the like Digimon runes as textures. You can kind of see it. So there's Garnet Memory Boost, which is looking for red and black cards. There's Wisteria Memory Boost, which is looking for red and blue cards. There's Amber Memory Boost, which is looking for 311 cards. No, which is looking for yellow and purple cards. You can see we got Patamon, Gatomon, Hanimon. Jade Memory Boost. I think the other starter deck has different art, so I really want to look for that. I'm debating getting them literally just for the memory boosts. Sepia looks for black or yellow, which is funny because like yellow and purple or black and yellow, that's for puppets. And then grape is purple or green, which is a fun archetype. Purple green is a fun archetype. So yeah, so excited when they do these fun little promo reprints. It really adds a lot of value to the deck. Green, hello. It really adds a lot of value to the deck because these cards are like $3 a pop on the aftermarket, and these cards are beautifully foiled. Like it's really hard to show off in my shitty web camera, but just believe me, there's really nice texturing, there's really nice foiling. They do a really good job on these cards, and it really adds a lot of nice value to the deck. Green, how the heck are you doing? Going through quickly, we got our Evolution Cup wins so from like 3 months ago, because we haven't been in recently. So we got our participation card, which is the Destromon alt art, and then my Ragnarok Cannon alt art for coming in top 4, which was very exciting. I was very excited to come in that high and get this. I don't play this, sadly, so we'll have to see about getting a trade or something with somebody. As part of the tournament, Aaron and I did come in last. Both of us were in last place with 0 wins. But the store that we go to gives the losing players the box toppers from the box, which is really nice. Like that's incredibly nice. And I got the full art Gekomon that they're doing as part of it. So Beat Break is the new anime. I think I mentioned that. And Gekomon is the mascot, sort of main Digimon from that. They did this alt art for his new card, which looks really good. I really love this art. And then we got the Patamon. So this is the Patamon from Time Stranger. Each of the each of the like starting Digimon has this style of card. So then they have the alt arts, and then they have full arts of Onmon and Offmon, which are the Appmon from this set. So what's funny is this was Aaron's pack. Aaron got Onmon and Offmon which is very fun. But I'm glad to have Gekomon. Gekomon's gonna be in my deck for sure. And then for going to the pre-release event, whenever you go to the pre-release event, you get an alt art You get an alt art, and this time it's the Shine Greymon dual card from the other starter deck. I'm kind of hoping they do one for Beat Break. I would love a nice, you know, event alt art, because I'm not gonna play Data Squad. Like, it looks enjoyable, and I'm not mad about it, but I'm gonna play Beat Break. I'm more excited about Beat Break, so I'm gonna stick with it. But it's always nice when we go, because it's the four of us, we get a play set, so that'll be a trade as well. At book club last night, talking about crying in H Mart. As usual, my opposite in book club ended up at Reverse Opinions. Went to dinner afterwards with someone from book club. Overall, a pretty great day. So you have someone in book club that basically always has the opposite opinion as you. That's really funny. That's really funny. I love that. So I'm gonna go through these. We'll go through these quick. So the Beat Break cards they've sort of mechanized this idea from the anime of E-Pulse. Everyone has this weird little like AI powered egg with them that like tracks their biometrics and keeps their calendar and lets them access the internet and all of this stuff. There's a middle-aged straight white woman who's the anti-me on book taste. That's funny. Is it like she's still there reading the books, right? So the mechanics for the deck are you're building up E-Pulse. So you're putting cards under your tamers, right? That's your main mechanic, is you're putting cards under your tamers. And then a lot of cards have effect that say, trash a card from under the tamer to do some effect, right? So it plays a little bit like the Omnimon Alter S deck I was running a little bit ago. But I really like, one, the mechanization of, in the show, E-Pulse is the thing that Digimon like feed off of to evolve. And that's kind of the difference between what's going on in the show. It's a good show. From what I saw, it was a really good show. I've really been enjoying it. I should go back and watch more. So, you know, you're going to end up having a bunch of cards stacked under your tamers. The main card, E-Pulse, is like a big engine for that. And then all the cards have effects that say, oh, when this happens, you can trash the bottom card, the bottom two cards, and pull off some big effect. So it's really fun. I really like toolbox style decks like this, where you have multiple colors, you're triggering multiple effects, you're managing your engine, all of that. For example, last night her general read was, at first I hated this book, but then I got to being ambivalent about it. That's funny. That's funny. The thing I love about doing the pre-release events is you get release event stamped cards, which is always nice. They're not textured or anything, they're just on the thing. But I got one of the Beat Break Tamers, which is always nice. It's always nice to get for me to get a release stamped tamer, you know, just always looks nice. It's always just fun to be like, yeah, I went to the thing, I got it. Those are my extra cards from that. And then because we play with a bunch of people and they're super nice, I got a bunch of bulk because people opened a bunch of cards. So I grabbed a bunch of Beat Break bulk. I grabbed the new Toy Agumon because I collect Toy Agumon because he's the cutest. I got new Deltamon to go into my Millenniumon stuff. Hyænamon, which is a really interesting card, but is for beat break stuff. I got Daramon for Aaron to see if that wants to go into her into her vortex. I got the new Titan egg to go into my Titan deck. I need to go through and see what I actually need. Oh yeah, there's a new Marimon, so I got Marimon for Flame. So I need to go through. I managed to get a Muramasamon rare, which is nice. I need to go through and see like what I need. And this was our actual pulls, which was nice because one, I got the Wanyamon to give to somebody. But my big pulls, very excited. I got the new Titamon. I got the new Titamon for the Titans deck, which is nice. This is like a new, like, you know, another top end. You can trigger some effects. So I got a super rare. I got an SR in my 1 pack. So not mad about that at all. Not mad at all. So I'll probably, you know, I'll figure out what I need. I'll give bulk to people. We'll do trades and all that stuff. But yeah, my 1 pack giving me the SR that I actually wanted is great luck. So all in all, really good time. Really happy. We have a great community of players. All the people we play with are super nice, and you know, never had a problem with being new or any mess like that. Ambivalent is a vibe. I don't hear much people being ambivalent. Usually it's sucked or it's so great. Overall, pretty good discussion group, most of whom are regulars by now, with 2 new folks last night. I would love to do a book club, but I know me, and I know, like, it's really hard for me to stick to something like that, you know? It's really hard for me to stick to something like that. Can I push this up? Yeah, give myself some more space. Yeah. So now what the people came for. A big box full of RPGs. I have to book club myself, tell everybody the thing I'm reading that nobody cares about. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So we're just gonna go through this in the order it was packed. No particular order. Again, if you want to find out Free RPG Day stores near you, ! Free RPG Day in the chat. That'll get you to their website. They have a map you can find if there's any stores near you doing it, anything like that. I highly recommend you go check it out. If there's anything that catches your eye, especially, you can go to the store, you can pick this up. Stores usually do deals around Free RPG Day, a lot like Free Comic Book Day, because they know people are in the store. You know, they want to try to sell product, they want to try to make money, you know. The thing that I always say for people that don't know, Free RPG Day is free for you, it is not free for the stores. Stores need to buy the kits, right? Stores buy the kits so that they get people in the door, so that people spend money in the store, right? So if you have a store that's doing Free RPG Day near you, go check out Free RPG Day, go check out the store, go spend a little money if you can, you know, support your local stores in a big way. That's always been my philosophy. That's part of why I always love Free RPG Day. You know, go do an event, you know, pick something up, like, even if it's a small thing, right? Pick up some dice, pick up a board game, you know, like whatever. But just be there, support the store. You know, that's part of why I've always loved Free RPG. I always buy more than the Free RPGs. Yeah. Like, and if you can't, you can't, right? That's always the caveat. If you can't, you can't. Don't stress yourself out. But if you can, if you're able, please make the effort. Please, you know, especially on the day, show up, show out. I could go and snag the other Wild Sea book. Yeah. Celestian, ! Free RPG Day. You'll get the link to the site and you can go check it out. So we're gonna start with level 1. We're gonna start with level 1 because this is from 9th Level Games, who put this together. Level 1 is great. It is an indie TTRPG anthology. Right? So it's an anthology of games. So this is Page Turners from Pelgrane, RPG of dramatic interaction for 1 player and 1 GM. Okay, there's not a list. I was curious if there was a list. And then, you know, you have... Oh, that's just an ad. I thought that was the first game. I love that they do tone and age ratings, you know, so you kind of know what's going on. I usually go for the anthology. It's my favorite thing to get at Free RPG Day. I love it. We have a couple. We managed to get a couple. We actually grabbed some from previous years, which is great. So first we have Clowntown PD, which is very funny. Welcome to your first day as Clowntown Detective. No longer a beat cop, you've reached the big time. Oh my God. So you're playing Who Framed Roger Rabbit. That's great. Deadline. Oh, I know Day. Day's a friend of mine. Day's a friend of mine. I didn't know this. That's a great surprise. I need to message them. I need to message them. I didn't know about that. That's incredible. What a fun surprise. Dice up. You and your friends have given up your day jobs and decided to open up a comedy club. Okay. It's a fun idea. Conquering Tyrant. For 2+ players. Oh, okay. It's like, yeah, this is almost like a social game where you're trying to not piss off the new king. That's fun. It's on my calendar. Heck yeah. I love that. Divided we fall. Strange serious action. Oh, it sounds like some sci-fi expanse stuff. This looks cool. These are great because this is just a bunch of different games by a bunch of different designers, and so you can really get if you have a group that's willing to play a lot of different stuff, this is a great thing to just try a bunch of different genres and styles. I'm a little surprised Chicago only has 2 participating stores. I mean, the thing I always say is there is, because of the, 1, there's the cost element to it. 2, there is a physical limit, you know, like Free RPG Day is sold out of the kits. Like there is a finite number, you know, so it could just be, you know, some stores are able to jump on it and not. Question for gamers: if you're ordering a physical video game online, where do you shop? I feel like most of the time when I buy a physical game online, it's like on eBay, because I'm buying something that's old and not sold in stores anymore. I assume you're talking about video games. Dine is easy, comedy is hard. Okay, I appreciate that this has a nice blurb. of what this is. A GM-less story game where you play up-and-coming stand-ups pursuing a career, yearning and struggling to make audiences laugh. Thank you. You gotta have a little one-sentence summary. Fight the Empire. Elena Real. I think this is who, yeah, co-designer of Dungeon World 2. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so this is like a, you know, this is like a rebellion, this is like a Star Wars Rebellion style game. Helix, hello! Physical video game, so a disc. Helix, hello. Helix, how are you? There's a lot of games about being comedians. Oh, that's probably like a prompt. NYC's Boldest Lies from the Comedy Fungin. It's pretty good. Pip Pip Cheerio, a game of last words and last stands by Glenn Dallas. Oh, wow. You're standing in front of the firing squad and answering questions. That's funny. Couple Switch games, I just went to Nintendo's website. Yeah, it's really funny how like it used to be GameStop, right? It used to just be like, oh, just go to GameStop and whatever, but who the fuck knows? Rising from the Ashes. Gather with others, attempt to put things back together and rebuild a world worth living in. Roll to stand up. Tongue-in-cheek game pitting comedians against the man. There's one thing a regime can't stand, it's being laughed at. I respect that. Heading home, basically something I worked on a while ago. Might have borne some fruit. Well, that's always good news. That's always good news. I hope, you know, hope everything is going all right. Standing is hard. In this dexterity-based RPG, you step into the tiny, adorable shoes of toddlers who can barely walk. When you're 1 year old, even standing up is a heroic undertaking. That's fun. That's fun. Stand up for freedom. A guerrilla game about fighting fascism with funny. Endlessly customizable DIY card game. Hang on. Fighting back against tyranny with a good tee-hee. I currently avoid GameStop because oof. Yeah. Well, it's the Barnes and Noble issue, right? It's the Barnes and Noble issue. Because if that's what you want, that might be literally the only place other than Amazon. Which, yeah, this goes back to eBay. You know, this goes back to eBay, annoyingly. Stand Up or Don't, game about coziness and chronic illness. Best played lying down in your favorite spot. Is a solo RPG. That's nice. Trash Wizards and the Trenchcoat Caper, a dice stacking RPG for a narrator and 3 trash wizards. Listen, I love that this says Trash Wizards. Shout outs to our friends at +1 EXP. Shout outs to our friends at +1 EXP. RPGzine.club. I should make a command for them. Use code level 1. I don't know if you get a discount, but it lets them know. It lets them know you learned about it through here. A lot of great games at +1 EXP. Oh, okay. Next year's gonna be Romantasy. Ooh. Where's my tea? Where'd I put it? It's over here. The Lego Batman game, I forgot to order it this weekend. Yeah, and there's basically no physical game stores you can go to anymore. You know, there's sadly no physical game stores you can go to. So this is really exciting to see. This is Kaguya Protocol from our wonderful friends at MythWorks and Cabinets of Curiosities. So this is a tie-in pamphlet for CBR plus PNK, which is MythWorks, you know, pamphlet-based cyberpunk game. They have a game coming out soon called Onigami, which I haven't heard anything about, right? I haven't heard anything about. So I was very surprised to see this. This is basically, we're bringing some stuff from Onigami to let you play with in CBR plus PNK, which I think is a really wild crossover idea. I think it's a really wild crossover idea. I told Aaron, if we were doing Free RPG Day, this would be the thing that I would be going to try to get. So there's like special artifacts you can get. It's basically a bunch of cyber ninja shit, which, you know, hey, that's what you want. That's what you want, right? It says so on the tin. Last of the game stores closed a couple months ago. Now it's just CEX, a few other retailers. They don't really specialize in video games. Yeah. And that's really frustrating because you're like, well, I don't want to buy from an online retailer, you know? So yeah, I love this. It's a two-part scenario, which is great, which means, you know, it's going to run a little shorter. There's free text rules. So yeah, this is great. I was very excited to see this. If you like CBR plus PNK, like, this is the thing to get at Free RPG Day. Best Buy shipping probably isn't too bad. I've had a few things from Best Buy and it hasn't been too bad. This is Creature Curation Presents #1. This has stuff for a couple different games, which I think is always fun. It's always fun to see something from a publisher that's like, you know, here's a bunch of stuff. Creature Curation are the publishers of Vast Grim, Raptor Ruckus, and Neon Bastards. I love having this QR code to get to quick starts and character generators and pre-gens and stuff. That makes it a lot easier for when you're at the store. You know, you're sitting at the table. Vast Grim is Morkborg based. Yeah, Morkborg based sci-fi. They've their own really good design. Raptor Ruckus. 1989, you and your team were part of the biggest exciting projects, the resurrection of dinosaurs. It's a cargo plane filled with high stakes action. So it's Jurassic Park the game, which is fine. You know, there's been worse. Quick start scenario. I love when these are quick starts with pre-gens. You love to see it. You love to see it. Good simple layout. I did some local CEX. Had some Steam Decks. I was like, you're going to a wedding next month, leave immediately. Yeah, but what if you didn't go to the wedding and you bought a Steam Deck? And then Neon Bastards. I don't know what. I don't know what system this is. Did I miss a page? That's really funny. This is really funny. It's just a picture of a guy dressed as a ninja, and that's the... I don't think my bestie would appreciate that. Listen, it sounds like they don't want you to... It sounds like they don't want you to live your best life. You know, that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. I get a lot of ads for the Vast Grim card game for Plunderlust. I get a lot of ads for this. It's a 2-player expandable card game. They have it at the store we do at Digimon, and I'm always like, you know, I'm always just like, But this is good. This is a thing that I think might be a harder sell for some people because are they all Morkborg? Oh, they're all Morkborg. Okay, it's just different flavors of Morkborg. If you know Morkborg, you'll get this. But other than that, this is a little trick. But I love it. I love seeing quick starts, 3 adventures. Fantastic. This is, oh, this is for OSE. Who published this? Excuse me. Third Kingdom Games. From Here to There, an old school hex crawl for Free RPG Day, compatible with OSE Old School Essentials, which I love. Oh, they use Hexographer, great. It's great to have a little hex map on the inside. That's nice. You can get a free PDF, which is always good. Yep, this looks like an old school game. Having a hex crawl. Oh, look at this one. This one's great. Yeah. This looks like an old school game. Yeah, these maps are really good. Nice keyed maps. Good art. This would be a fun, silly little adventure. Oh, and then, you know, links to their stuff. OGL. I wonder why they use the OGL. I wonder what they used in here that they had to use the OGL. I feel like I never see anybody use it anymore. So I'm curious what in here is OGL content, you know? Future Proof, hello. But this is good. I love seeing little indie offerings like this, you know? Like, to me, the coolest thing that can happen is like, oh, I don't know them. This is a nice little, it's a nice little zine. I need more tea. I'm doing so much talking. Yeah, it has been a minute. Future Proof, I hope you're doing well. It's good to see you, buddy. It's good to see you. So this is from Chaosium. This is from Chaosium. This is the Age of Vikings quick start that uses basic role playing. I forget if Mike Merles still works at Chaosium. Doing okay financially in ruin, but sometimes it do be like that. Sadly. I forget if Mike Merles still works at Chaosium. I should look into that. This looks really nice. The print and stuff. This is in full color. It makes sense. Chaosium's a bigger company. A bigger company. So, do we have any pre-gens? Some ready to play heroes. Are they at the back? They do. They have a lot of rules, which is nice. Like they've got the rules here at the start. Combat. Yeah, this must be a new system they're doing because they're giving you a lot from this. They're giving you a lot for this. Wow, they've got hit locations. Okay, there are gonna be some people that are really into this game. There is gonna be some people that are really excited about this game because they're doing hit locations. One of those games. Oh, it looks like you get swallowed by an eel, and that's the adventure. That's wild. I don't see any. Pre-gens. Oh, maybe on the website. Maybe on the website is what they mean. So I'm ready to play heroes to use in this quick starter elsewhere. I don't see that. So I don't know about that one. Definitely for a certain kind of sicko affectionate. Yeah. The people that want those kind of systems love those kind of systems, and you know, I'm glad when they have it. So yeah, so I can't find the pre-gen heroes, so that might be a trick, but yeah, this looks nice. The paper quality for this is really nice, which, you know, again, it's Chaosium. That's not surprising. Pirate Borg, Morkborg derivative. A lot of people like it. Sorry, that cover's stiffer than I expected it to be. Having the character sheet like this is actually incredible. Because that means you can just photocopy it. That's actually really intelligent. I hate to give it to Limitron because Limitron's a piece of garbage. But I do have to say, this is inspired. More people should see this and do this in these quick starts. With a QR code to the PDF. You love to see that. Yeah. People really like Pirate Borg. I have no feelings about Pirate Borg. Nice map at the middle. That's also very good design. That's very good layout idea. Nice, easy keyed adventure. That's great. And then the rules at the back for easy ref. And then it gets out of your way. Like, it's a solid product, you know? I can't be mad about it. It's a solid design. It's a solid layout design. Marvel Multiverse. A preview for Secret Wars. Some friends of mine played this. It's designed by Matt Forbeck. Some friends of mine played this, and one of them said, "Oh, I would never play this if we weren't playing on a virtual tabletop that did all of the dice rolling for me." Because the dice rolling for this game is probably the wildest part. The dice rolling for this game is the wildest part. The stat sheet is like overly complicated. Like, you need Super's games go one of two ways, right? Incredibly simple, and you get a lot of leverage in that simplicity, or incredibly crunchy, and you get a lot of customization in that crunchy. And they went crunchy. You know? I'm not mad about it. I haven't played it, but a friend of mine, you know, my friends that played it said like, "Hey, I really liked it, but I wouldn't have played it outside of having the option to have the virtual tabletop manage a lot of the options." So if you want to check it out, this does not seem to come. Oh yeah, there's a QR code with links to pre-gens. So that's nice. That's nice. There are many versions of the X-Men in the multiverse, but for this adventure, the players take on the roles of reimagined Egyptia versions. The character profiles provided are for their 616 counterparts. The players should choose from the following. That's great. That's great. Yeah, you know, if you're a Marvel fan, you know, this is good. From what I saw about it, it's good. So now we're getting into the big ones. So this is the Dying Spire for Daggerheart from Darrington Press. I don't know why I'm don't know why that paper's so thick. So they've got, oh, that's nice. This is a continuation of a quick start intro adventure that they already have. And then they're like, if you want that, you can go and download this. So that's nice. That's nice. I do like that this is like, hey, this assumes you know how to play. Here are the characters, you know. This is a continuation adventure, which is risky to put in a free RPG day thing, because you kind of want to assume that people have. I think it's better to assume that people are not familiar with the thing and coming in to try intro stuff. But I also think that can be a difficult balance, because there are, you know, what if you got someone hooked from last year, right? And they're coming back for more. So I think it's a really tricky balance. But excuse me, this looks good. Aaron noted they have these like standees, which I think is really cute. On like single printed, so you know they intend you to get in here and cut this up, and really like this is really smart, you know, and then it jumps into some rule stuff and stuff for you to cut to put out for the table. Here's your character sheets. I kind of wish they had done a little more design for this to be like perforated or a separate book or something. Like I know that's asking a lot, but yeah, like this is great. Like if you like Daggerheart, this is what I would come get, you know. Like 9 times out of 10 when I go to free RPG day, I look at what they have for the systems that I like and I grab them, because these things will be available generally these things will get available as PDFs in a couple months. You know, there's a period of exclusivity. Sometimes they never do. I've definitely seen examples of them just never becoming available again. Shrug, you can't see me, but I'm shrugging. So if you like Daggerheart, I would go grab this, because it's more Daggerheart. It's the easiest way. Aaron was really excited about this, Dungeons and Kitties. I love this art. Like if nothing else, I love this art. This comes to us from Edge and Dead Crow Studios. This is a really good quick start. I like that they are advertising the starter set that's already available. The paper is really nice. Oh, I didn't know. Oh, Mike Merles is at Edge. Hey, look at that. We figured it out. Because it's right there in the thing. But the art for this is gorgeous. I didn't know anything about the system. Aaron looked at it. Edge, have they been sued by that one guy yet? No, probably not. It's pretty clear. Copyright law is only applied in instances where there is confusion. And I doubt when people look at, I think they're a UK-based publishing company, that they get confused with the guitarist from YouTube. I think this had character sheets in the back, which is nice. So you can just cut them out. They're double-sided. Aaron was excited. This one had a lizard. This one had a lizard. But I do like it when they come with pre-gens. I feel like if you make a free RPG day thing, unless your characters are super duper simple and can fit on a post-it or an index card, you should do little pre-gens. Arkham Horror, the role-playing game. This is exciting. This is exciting because I actually don't know anything about the Arkham Horror RPG, also brought to us by Edge. I don't know anything about Arkham Horror RPG, despite it coming out like some time ago. I'm really curious about the way that the system works. Active my wrestling brain. He doesn't even go by that anymore. But Erin flipped through this and she said she was very surprised by the lack of art. Like there's this one and that's kind of it. There's like that one map, that one spot. And I think it's more trying the information that they fit in, you know, they're trying to fit all the rules, you know? They're trying to fit all the rules. But then you got pre-gens at the back, which I always like. And they're single page, which is nice. Also means it's very easy to photocopy out of the book. You know, very easy to photocopy out of the book. You love to see it. It was a joke. The guy's infamous for going after everything with Edge in the name. I think the copyright was revoked to stop him. I didn't know that. That's wild. I didn't know that. You're so limited for space. I get going low art. Yeah, I think it's, you know, you're trying to fit everything. What's that? 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 29, 30, like 30 pages. Yeah. So I think the difficulty, right, is lighter games will have kind of more impressive showings, can have more impressive showings for Free RPG Day because they're able to do more with the space, you know? But it's interesting to see that balance. It's interesting to see the balance. Crooked Moon from Aventris, I believe is how you say this. This is a 5th edition. This is big. This is hefty. This is a 5th edition adventure. This is a folk horror 5th edition adventure. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. You know, listen, if you like 5th edition, this seems fine. There's some cool art. I wish that this, I remember seeing ads for this and I got really excited. And then I saw like, this art is great. It shouldn't be on a black background, but this is great. I saw this and I was bummed that this was 5th edition because many reasons. But you know, fun haunted house adventure. Got the Crooked Man, you know, bunch of weird stuff. They got a bunch of stat blocks. They've got pre-gen characters. You know, it hits all of the things that I want a free RPG adventure to do. Right? Where it has pre-gens ready to go. They're thematic. It has, you know, it has maps. It has, look at how many people worked on this. That's ridiculous. So if you like 5th edition, this would be a great pickup. I don't, but it's a nice product, you know, in the same way. Erin's excited for this. Dolmenwood Quick Start and Adventure. She loves red caps too. So this was exciting. This was exciting. She loves Dolmenwood. We have the core book, and I think we bought her one of the adventures. So excited to try playing some of this. This is really nice paper. I don't know if you can hear. That's good. That's good thick paper. We got some good pre-gens right here at the front, which is nice. I do really like it when the pre-gens are at the front. I do like it when the pre-gens are at the front. You know, basic rules because it's quick start. All the energy I had early in the day is gone, and I'm only halfway home. And then a short little adventure with some red caps. Got some nice little art. Yeah. What I like about this does the same thing excuse me, this is the same thing as the DCC adventures do, where you're like, this is like a 4-page adventure. Like, how long will this take? And it's like, you know, if you, is there another page in here? Oh, there's a whole, oh yeah, there's a lot. Okay. Yeah. These are the sort of adventures, like when I've run free RPG day stuff, or I've run DCC day stuff, these sorts of adventures can take forever because they're so, I don't want to say the word limited, but they're so light in what they offer you in terms of the things that have to happen, that they really kind of let you and let the players do what you want. And it gets out of your way in an enjoyable way. Like, these are always the sort of adventures I have a really good time with on Free RPG Day. You can get a lot of fun out of a system like this. There's 2 copies of this for some reason. Plague Bearer, the role-playing game, which you know, is from Edge again. From Guillotine Games, this is apparently related to Zombicide. Like, I recognize the artwork. I didn't know they had a TTRPG. You know, they've got some rules, and they have the adventure. I think they have the pre-gens. I think when I looked at this, yeah, they have the pre-gens at the back. It's really funny. The adventure is 3 pages, so maybe a little lighter than I would like it to be, but they do give you nice pre-gens with art on both sides, so like a really nice way to lay it out and get people's attention. So like, not too mad about it, but again, more of the book has to be taken up by the rules. So it's a little tricky, you know. It's interesting to see the way that people do that balance of how much rules do we try to set up for the player to engage with, how much do we try to write in on the character sheets. There's 2 of these as well. I don't know what happened. There's 3 of these. Oh my god. I don't know why there's 3 of these. This is for Everyday Heroes, from Evil Genius. I'm not even gonna talk about this. They can go fuck themselves. They screwed over their contributors. They like sunk a bunch of money into crypto. They can go fuck themselves. We have a one-shot for the Cosmere RPG. This is the Brandon Sanderson Universe RPG. I actually haven't even opened this because this comes in a bag with a map, which I think is impressive, if nothing else. If nothing else, I'm kind of impressed that this came with a whole, oh, it comes with pre-gen character sheets. That's great. Oh, and there's art. There you go. So you've got art, and you've got a bunch of different pre-gen characters. There's a little handout, I guess. There's a little rules handout and a battle map. Oh, I love having the blank. That's great. That's killer. So you've got the ship, which I assume is part of the adventure, but I do love the blank. That's a great touch. That's a great touch. I know that there are a lot of people excited about this. Everybody knows how I feel about Brandon Sanderson. So, but there's some cool people working on this that I like. So, you know, I'm not too mad about it. I'm glad that they started with, since they started with a higher level thing, they gave you pre-gens, because that also means, again, like they don't have to give you a lot of rules. You know, they kind of expect you to know how to play. Edge Games Inc. is an American video game developer and publisher headquartered in Pasadena, California, known for the practices its founder and enforcing trademarks related to the word edge. Is that, but that's not the guy Edge. This is a different guy. In 2010, Edge Games sued Electronic Arts for trademark infringement. U.S. Patent and Trademark Office canceled the trademarks by court order in April 2013 under the reins of its settlement. The terms of its settlement, Edge Games may not register these trademarks again. So they just tried to sue everybody that used the word Edge. That's really funny. Oh, okay. I like that there's a little one sheet, you know, so you can see like. Yeah, that's nice. This is a really nice RPG Day package. This is a thing that I hope. Oh God, oh God, oh God, oh God. No, it's fine. This is a thing that I hope gets people in the door. You know, I hope getting a copy of this gets people in the door, gets people coming in to Free RPG Day. So this is a new game that I hadn't heard anything about beforehand. This is from Catalyst, who are the people who do Shadowrun. So Wizard Riders, you are a wizard biker. Form your own Wizard Rider Club. Save Orth from goblins, mutants, zeroids, and mana dims. I don't know what half of that is, but I hear Wizard Biker Club. And I flipped through this. Hard luck because I get the umbrella out. No worries, Helix. Do what you gotta do. Stay dry, buddy. I will tell everybody as like a small feedback, my immediate like feeling when looking at this. This is a little generic. This is a little generic, right? Like I like the sort of portion design, but this is a little generic. We get into the book and we get to this art, and that is immediately more exciting. This art is immediately more engaging and is like, oh yeah, here's the vibe. Here's the vibe. Like, yeah. I haven't read through the game. I did see a table that just gave me pause. Which is whatever this dice pool math is. I don't know. I don't know anything about this game. There's a lot of rules for spells, which, you know, might surprise you. A game called Wizard Riders. Not a lot of art, but again, they're trying to pack a lot of words, you know. But I feel like this art is really engaging and unique. And then here's your, you know, you've got a small adventure in the back with some good art. But like, you look at this, you know, and then it just doesn't match, you know. And then here's your character sheet on the back, which again, I think is a great idea. You can just photocopy this. Like, incredible design on the thing, right? There's the chain going all around it. Here's the bike chain here. This is the bit of the motorcycle. Like, it's a really fun design in all of this. And this just kind of loses it a little bit, if I'm fully honest. Like, looking at this art is less exciting than immediately turning the page and getting that, you know. That's got style, that's character, that's a vibe, you know. Maybe you don't vibe with it, but you immediately know what you're getting yourself into. Vassin from Free League. I keep wanting to sit down and mess with Vassin, read through it and see what's going on. This is a gorgeous quality quick start. There's this massive fold out map or centerfold map. The paper quality on this is very high quality. You can see it has a lot of high quality color art. I think it has regions in the back. Yeah, it has landscape pre-gens, which is nice. I don't see any way to get this I don't see any way to like download a PDF of the character sheets, so that's a little tricky. You know, I do really enjoy the books that make an attempt to say, hey, here's the QR code so you can download the fuck yeah, trans rights. Carnation, hello. Carnation, this is you at work, right? This is what it looks like. Like maybe it's on their website. They don't call it out specifically. But this is again one of those things where if you like this line and you want to have a collection, go grab this. It's always a nice addition to your collection. Carnation, how you doing today? I hope work went okay today. I hope everything's going all right. So here's maybe the thing I was most surprised and excited by in this book, in this box. So this is from Son of Oak. This is Legend in the Mist. First, you can see that I'm holding two things in my hand, right? Go to your local store, see how they divvy this up. They might divvy this up separately. So this first is the Legend in the Mist solo learn to play comic book adventure. Providing this is like, this is heavy. There's a lot here. This is hefty, right? You could go to Free RPG Day and just get this and you would be a winner. So this is the comic book, like it says, solo learn to play comic book adventure. This is a comic, Celestian, perk your ears up. This is a comic book that is written to teach you how to play Legends in the Mist. This is like a choose your own adventure. So you play through, right? And they set up your character, they establish, here are the themes for your character, right? Which is how the game mechanics work. And then you have your character, and they're like, yeah, okay, so write the stuff down in your character sheet. Get ready to go. You go through, and it asks you, oh, what do you want to do? You come upon these bandits that are harassing a guy. What do you want to do? Do you want to observe what's happening? Do you want to sneak closer? Do you want to run up and try to stop them? Okay. Roll your dice. What's your outcome? And then it just goes through like that. And it teaches you how to play the game with, again, all of this gorgeous comic book art with like very specifically designed rules. It teaches you how to gain and invoke your tags. It's awkward to hold up, so I'm putting it down a little bit. You know, how to overcome challenge. Like it teaches you how to play the game. And that's amazing. Like look at this. This is amazing, you know? And so like this is just a great thing to have. If you are a person who does a lot of TTRPGs, this is just a great thing to have on hand to give to people. Because you can just, you know, you can play through this and then you're like, I know how to play the game, and you're ready to go, right? Play solo or in a group. Like I love that it's solo. I love that, you know, you can hand somebody this and they're ready to go. There's also the 2026 demo game, right? Again, amazing art. Son of Oak has some of the best art. Their last game, City in the Mist, I really need to check out. I really need to spend more time with. But so this, first off, comes with three pre-gens. This comes with three pre-gens that fold out like this. And here's your character sheet. Like, the design for this is impeccable. The design for this is impeccable. It has basic actions here. It has like, oh, here, you know, here's a thing that you can do. Here's the stuff in your backpack. Here's your tags. You know, here's your themes to go through. And I adore this one because a great way to get people excited about playing a game, we used to do this doing Pathfinder Society all the time, is the character folios. They redesigned the character folios. They had the art of the main character on the front. And that's what you got people excited with, is you just laid those out and you're like, this is your character. Do you want to play this character? Not, do you want to play a paladin? Do you want to play a wizard? Do you want to, because you can tell, right? There are things about fantasy characters you can tell from the art. And so it's more, does this character interest you? Are you excited looking at this character? This dude has 2 shields. This guy has 2 shields. Twin shields, shield bash. And like, someone's gonna see this art. Someone's gonna see this art and go, holy shit, that guy has 2 shields. Right? And that's what they're excited about immediately. They're like, I want to play the character that has 2 shields. The same way. Oh my god, that's a pig. Oh my god. That was Aaron's reaction. It was like, oh my god, they have a pig. Oh my god, that's so cute. What if Goofy could dual wield? God, I wish Goofy could dual wield. That would have made that game so much better. But yeah. So first of all, I love printout pre-gens. I love the design on the pre-gens. And then we have the demo game. Oh god. We have the demo game. Has stuff how to learn how to play. Talks about challenges. Talks about tags. Talks about effects. You know, does teach you how to play the game. All of this. And then we have our adventure. This is, from what I've heard, like, this is a really enjoyable game. It does take some system mastery. You do have to, you know, learn how to play the book, how to play the game. You know, you have to read up. You have to kind of understand your, you know, your options. But again, like, from what I've heard about, you know, City in the Mist and then this, like, it's a wonderful system. So I'm very excited to see this. I hope this is another thing that gets people out excited about stuff. I would absolutely, if you're curious, pick this up. I would pick this up. If you go to the store and they offer this as a duo, I would just take this and buy something and leave. Son of Oak has pre-orders on their website if you want to buy the books, if you want to buy the PDFs. The books are not available in stores yet, if I remember correctly. But hey, you know, go, you know, buy something cool. So this is no place like Homebrew. I was looking at this when we were flipping through. This is kind of a worksheet inspiration thing for building the world for your campaign. This is kind of a sample thing of stuff in the upcoming book, which I struggle with products like this that are sort of previews or smaller versions of stuff that's coming, but I get the idea of, you know, giving people something they can use. Like, this is usable on its own, and then saying, hey, if you like this. So I'm not mad about it. Ultimately, you know, whether people like it is going to be, it's going to be up to each individual person. Whether people like it is up to each individual person. So this is really funny. This is Fossilized Violence, the quick start from R. Torlassian, or Talsorian, I'm sorry. R. Talsorian. In this game, you are cavemen on the world of Pangeon. And you are fighting dinosaurs. So the idea with this game is that you get to play with your plastic dinosaur toys that everybody had. And so this is very fun. Just a picture of a fist is very funny. So you get to go through this. There's a tutorial adventure. That's great art. I believe there was a tutorial adventure in here. That was basically we're fighting some dinosaurs, you know, and that was it. It was a very simple, like, learn how to play, because the point of the game is fighting dinosaurs. I feel like I keep flipping over it. But excuse me. If you like, I like the idea on the face of it, because I like the idea of, you know, playing cavemen fighting dinosaurs, right? You're gonna know immediately whether or not you're excited about that. Early humanity risks everything to fight back against evolving dinosaurs on primeval Pangeon. This is very funny. As you hunt, you'll unlock 140 plus pieces of equipment to give your cavemen a chance of surviving long enough to become older. I think advertising the amount of equipment you have is like an odd thing, but for these sorts of games, that's a major, you know, thinking about the number of times I was excited for like a new Pathfinder hardcover that had a bunch of new stuff in it. So I get it. But yeah, the idea of, you know, use your plastic dinosaurs is very funny. Oh, you use your hands? Oh, that's funny. Okay. This is what I get for not reading it. This is what I get for not reading it. Well, this says I'm rolling a dice. It's cool to see how other games are put together and knock on some notes to develop my own RPG world and like all these cool things. Oh, for movement. Oh, for movement. Okay.
You gotta get your together, Matt.
No, come on. Come on, Celestian, you two. Come on. So next we have Avatar. Next we have Avatar from Magpie. So if you look at this on the website, the Free RPG Day website says that there is a collection of Avatar and Root quick starts. I only have this one. I don't know if I should take this to mean that there isn't going to be a collection. I don't know what that means. I talked to Lou, you know, we're figuring out whatever. I have heard people like the Avatar RPG. I have not read it or played it, but I've heard from people that have that they like it. I'm gonna be playing the Root RPG on a I guess on a stream very soon. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, here's your pre-gens. Here's your pre-gens. So I don't know much about how the game works, but I have heard from people that have played it that they enjoyed it, that they thought it was a really interesting system, that it evoked a lot of the style of the show. So, you know, I trust those people. So there might be more than just this one Korra book. There's multiple Avatar stuff. There's Korra stuff. There's Aang stuff. So you can decide which era of the setting you want to play in. But Avatar. So this is from Loke Battle Maps. I think this is cool to see. It's a 5e adventure. You know me. I don't have too big a worry about it, but it's a 5e adventure. They've got character sheets. You get character sheets. There's battle maps. They give you tokens and stuff for it. Like, I give them credit. They give you tokens and stuff for the maps. It looks like you can just like pop those. It looks like you can pop these pages out. I think these are dual-sided, so you can just pop all that out and use it. And that's smart, That's smart design. And then here's your NPCs and your, a solid looking adventure if you're looking for a new little adventure scene. But I know they mainly do battle mats. I recognize that company from battle mats. Tradition of Destruction from World of Darkness. This is funny because I've never read a vampire thing. I've never read a vampire thing. I've never read a single World of Darkness thing. So I don't know anything about how to do it. You know what I mean? World of Darkness has a lot of texture. There's a lot of stuff going on. I've heard a lot of, stuff. They've got pre-gens in the back. That character's name is Skunk. It seems like they do the thing where they give you a character, the pre-gens, then give you one of each clan, which is fun. But this is interesting to me because I'm at the very least, I'm like, oh yeah, I can read, I can read what's going on, and it can be really complex. The systems try to account for almost everything you can do. I'm finding myself less interested in systems like that because it seems like a mistake to try to account for everything when you should offer not one resolution system, not the D&D, like, oh, just roll a D20 and see what fucking happens. But resolutions, like PBTA's moves, I think are incredible. Because they're flexible and can be applied in a lot of different situations and contexts. And then the playbooks give you a lot of moves, so you have the generic, for lack of a better word, you have your basic, your catch-all. And then you have the specific, where it's like, okay, listen, not everybody, the thing I always think about is the fighter's moves in Dungeon World is bend bars, break doors. Not everybody needs that. But the fighter absolutely does and can, and that's there. Now it's there on that sheet. which is part of why I'm so curious about Stovetop, because Stovetop looks good. You need a certain number of dots to do a thing, and it gives you wiggle room, but I don't know anything about this. I pulled this out and was very confused. This is an ad for 5e stuff. Like, this is an adventure, but it is mainly an ad for this Creed's Codex with a bunch of like subclasses and monsters and stuff. So you can't see me shrug, but I shrugged. Like, I don't know what this is. I've not ever heard of this company, and that's not a negative. I just can't recommend this in any way. You know what I mean? Like, I have no information. He's got QR codes. He's got a website. Shirtless man, what's there to be confused about? So we get to the Goodman Games product for Free RPG Day. Pretended the Rat King's throne. It is, hey, I can do it. Ugh. Gotta close the patio because it's getting warm. This is from Goodman Games. This is for DCC and 5e because those are the two systems that they're supporting. I have a lot of thoughts about that. But this is 2026 is their 25th anniversary, and it's the 20th anniversary of Free RPG Day. So Goodman is very excited about that because they've been supporting Free RPG Day since the beginning. And that, you know, this is a follow-up to a previous DCC adventure, and it looks like a nice, solid adventure. They have a nice thing in the back by Stu, talking about Free RPG Day and stuff. What I dislike about this, I'm gonna throw this out there because we've been talking about Free RPG Day adventures at, like, with usability and stuff getting handed to somebody to run something for Free RPG. They put the stat block on a QR code, right? Because you can run this in DCC or 5e. So they put the stuff here at the QR code. But then they also said, oh, you're gonna need the RPG, you're gonna need the DCC rulebook or the player's handbook to be able to run this. And I think that's a bummer. When you look back at previous Goodman Free RPG Day products, they've usually been, sometimes they have attached rules. They've done like one side will be the rules, and then you flip it over, and then the other side is the adventure. And that's been great to see, because it's a great way to just be like, here's everything you need to play, here you go. And that quick start has a lot of weight to it because, hey, maybe I like the game enough, I buy an adventure. And that quick start can still carry me. The quick start can still do a lot for me. Having an adventure that doesn't have the information that you need to run it in any way is kind of a disappointment. I also don't know, and I need to read the adventure to determine this. I don't know how you write an adventure for DCC, a system that doesn't have skills and is kind of gonzo weird. and 5e, a system that is very skill heavy and not as weird. So like I'm interested to go through here. Yeah, there's a locked door. It immediately tells us, oh, you can succeed at a moderate wisdom perception check or a difficult strength check. And it's like, that's not, it feels weird to get a DCC product and be presented with 5e skill check information. And that's a personal gripe more than anything. But it's also, as a person who enjoys seeing the breadth of the landscape for RPGs, it is frustrating to see one of the bigger names in the space with their own incredibly successful line, their own incredibly successful rule set, fall back to using 5e for some reason. So, like, big shrug. You know, I have a lot of these free RPG day things. You know, I have a really solid collection because I've been doing free RPG day for so long. I think I have the 2011 one. I think I started in 2011. Because I know I have one of these. I've got these. I don't have the fifth. I don't have the 5th edition fantasy because I don't care about 5e. I thought about collecting all the different covers for 2016, and I think I have 2 different ones just because I ended up with the second copy. But I didn't want to have a bunch of individual copies for myself, you know. I think I have this one. I know I have this one. I think I have these. I missed this one because we literally couldn't get any. But yeah, DCC stuff is always the stuff that will go the quickest for free RPG day because they have a really solid audience, especially here. There's a lot of people that really like DCC and like old school games. So ever since we moved, it's been really hard to get any of the DCC stuff. So very funny. Yeah, I don't think I got that one either. But getting to the last couple, we have the Pathfinder and Starfinder Adventures, another staple of free RPG day. Pathfinder, you know, Paizo. There's been a Paizo thing every free RPG day. I've been doing it, and it is the same quality as one of their adventures. Like this is a great cover. This is full color, full layout. Fun.
And games. I said what?
You know. I will say this goes to the same problem where they expect you to look up the rules for some things in the book, but also Pathfinder has a free the free SRD. You can go to Archives of Nethys. I was like, I forget what the name of the website is now. You can go to Archives of Nethys and find the free rules. Are you liking that box, Matt? Fuck, stop. That's a rad character. You can play as a skeleton. Play as a skeleton fighter. I love that. We've got our pre-gens here going across 2 pages. We've got our art in the back. Fun, how are you doing today? It's good to see you. How are you doing? Is one of our characters this techno wizard? No, okay. He's just also here. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, this is us. I'm like, where? Lesbian. So this looks great. This is for 7th level characters. This is a big one. And then Starfinder. I believe this is Starfinder 2nd edition. Yeah, this is Starfinder 2nd edition. Got a map on the inside, which is nice. Draco Toads, I love that. Yeah, there's been a Paizo thing. Excuse me. There's been a Paizo thing every free RPG day. And then here's our pre-gens. Oh, wow. Love when I can play an agender pumpkin guy. I rolled out of bed, haven't even made coffee yet. I wanted to come cheer on your box. And then, oh, is this one of the pre-gens? Oh shit. Non-binary dragonkin, let's go. Paizo said happy pride. Paizo said, here's your non-binary dragon guy with a rainbow whip. And then here's your another map on the back. Don't they every year? Well, yeah, they do it every year, but they continue to. They continue to. And then some of the small things. They sent me some of the small things. Every year there's a pencil, which is always nice. There'll be a bunch of them. This has a number printed on the side so you can roll it. So you can be like, you know, it's like rolling a D6. So, hey, I rolled a 1. It's, you know, it's good to have a pencil, you know? It's good to have a pencil. They sent me some of the WizKids minis also. So there's some there's some paintable WizKids minis. These are gonna be impossible to show off. Oh no, that came through pretty well. There's like a pumpkin white. This is some like Fishman ogre. And then this is pre-painted, but this is like a little specter guy with one eye. I don't know how those will get distributed at Free RPG Day for you. This is the story engine. Aaron got one of these one year and really loves it. There's a bunch of different cards. Here I'll show off like one or two. I'll show off one or two so that y'all can see what they look like. Yeah, I've said it before, I'll say it again. If everybody that played D&D quit and started playing Pathfinder, the world would be a better place. Everybody likes to talk about their gay, their gay warlock with their trans femme patron and all this shit, and like, that's in Pathfinder. That's setting. That's explicit. You know what I mean? You say that's in your D&D game, that's in the Pathfinder book. Oh, look at this, it like folds out. I thought it was a box. It folds out. That's great, love that. That's great. So the thing with these is you, oh, that's nice. There's a little discount code. You have your ideas, right? So like, okay, you're building a faction, and then you start to build off of these, and then the other side has information, right? There's so much cool stuff with Story Engine. I love it. Like I said, like Aaron picked one. They had one a couple years ago, and Aaron picked that as hers, and she was messing with it. She's like, I actually really love this. So the idea is that it's like, okay, so the faction is a coven. They are socially influential, right? And then there is a figure with the trait hums, whistles, or fidgets, right? So the idea is that you're just using these as brainstorming stuff. And the more of them you get, the more cards that you have to interact with, right? So this is objects, creatures, and like I said, factions and locations. So this is a great little sampler thing, because this is such a, like, this gets that, you know, this gets it in your hands. And the fold out thing, you know, tells you how to use it, how to play with it, how to build it up. So I really love it. I've been a big fan of it because it is a great storyteller tool, regardless of what you play, what you do. You know, whether you're someone running the game, whether you're somebody that mainly plays, this is the sort of thing. This is the sort of thing, if you go to Free RPG Day and they still have it, grab it. You know, make this your thing, because this will go very quickly. I think there's only one per box, maybe 3 per box. So make sure to grab that. They included this. I couldn't find this on the website. So this looks like D&D end of session notes. It has your campaign, the session number, the date, and then for notes it says what sort of trouble did you get into this time, which is kind of funny. I also love that it's just posted on Post-its. This is just very funny. It's a fun idea, you know. I wouldn't buy branded Post-it notes. I would just buy some sort of journal or a notepad or Post-its, but that's a thing. And then I'm shocked they sent this. I'm shocked they sent this, and I want to send this to somebody who will appreciate this. So in every box, and stores probably won't give this away for free. Stores will probably do a raffle or something for this. In every box, there's gonna be one of these. So this is from Dispel Dice. It's a D20. It is gorgeous. What I appreciate is it's not very heavy. It's not very heavy. I was worried this was gonna be super heavy. This is a very nice die. It's good, clean, sharp edges. I know a lot of people get very into having fancy dice and swirly dice. This seems great. I tried to find it on their website and could not find like the style or the price or whatever to say like this is what this is. But this is definitely there's one of these per box, I know. So this is the sort of thing that stores will do raffles for. I went to a few Free RPG Day events where stores did raffles for some of the rarer or higher end stuff like this, or they would sometimes raffle. So like one year they raffled off like Pathfinder core books, DCC books, adventures, minis, maps, that sort of thing that you obviously bought, you know, tickets for, like a raffle, which I think is a great way to do it. It was a nice big store we were at. So I had a good fun time. Gosh, it's so funny to think about how long I've been doing Free RPG Day. It's so funny to think about how long I've been doing Free RPG Day. I need to stack some of these the other way so that it all fits back. But yeah, that's it. That's it. My big standouts. The big things I'm excited about: Legend of the Mist. Personally, I'm very excited about Legend of the Mist, so I'm very excited for this. Maybe we'll have a stream where we go through the Learn to Play comic adventure. You know, I'll get a character sheet and go through it. That would be great.
Wahoo! Ho 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 ho!
I'm excited about Dolmenwood. Anna! Matt's been doing this since they were a baby. Yep, that's me. I went to the gaming store as a little baby. Arkham Horror, like I said, I've been curious about this. I might try This might be what I try to have, I try to do with Stardust Arcade. I want to try to run one of these things with Stardust Arcade. Like I said, Aaron's excited about Dungeons and Kitties. Anna, hello, how are you? There's also this thing of stickers that I don't know what this is supposed to be for. There's these Pathfinder stickers that say Goblin Hunt. I don't know what this is supposed to be for. I was talking about Free RPG Day and had to explain it was like Free Comic Book Day, but with games, and people are like, what's Free Comic Book Day? And that's why they have us talking about it, because somehow people don't know. Somehow people don't know. And then obviously, I'm really excited about more CBR plus PNK stuff. I love MythWorks. I love CBR plus PNK. So having a weird little secret extra CBR plus PNK zine is rad as hell. So again, if you're curious about Free RPG Day, if you're like, wow, that thing Matt looked at was really cool, exclamation mark Free RPG Day in the chat, or if you're watching this on YouTube, freerpgday.com. It'll be linked down in the doobly-doo. You can find if there's a store near you doing it. You can go on the day. It is June 27th, I believe. You can go check it out, go to the store. You can see what's available. You can go through the website. You know, they have a little bit more information than what I have. Fawn says yes. Thank you, Fawn. You can go find the store near you, go check it out. And as a reminder, it's Free RPG Day. The RPGs are free for you, not for the store. The stores have to buy the kits to participate. So if you do go, please make sure to buy something at the store, do an event. You know, if you don't have the money to drop that sort of purchase, that's totally fine. I'm not here to pressure anybody. Talk it up on social media, talk about how great the store is, see what other events are happening at the store. You know, as always, word of mouth, sharing on social media, talking it up can be just as good. But if you have the ability while you're there, you know, if they're running some sort of special, check those out, but maybe pick something up that you were interested in anyway. You know, pick up a little mini, pick up some dice, pick up a board game, pick up a puzzle, pick up an expansion for one of your board games, something like that. It's just a great opportunity to support the stores in your local area, because supporting your local game stores is incredibly important, especially now in 2026 when every goddamn thing is so much more expensive. Thank you again so much to MSF and 9th Level for sending me this box, letting me tell you all about it. I will talk about Free RPG Day forever, given the chance. Like I said, I've been doing Free RPG Day a decade? Longer? I mean, that one adventure that I have for DCC was from like 2012. Oh my God. It's definitely at least been a decade. Oh my God. Okay. Well then, we're not gonna think too hard about that. We're not gonna think too hard about that. We're gonna let that go. Confirm Matt is at least 10 years old. Yep. At least. And it's gonna be on the podcast, so they think they can bully me all they want now, which joke's on them. They did it before anyway. So, like I said, thank you again so much to 9th Level and MSF for sending me this, having me be a part of it. We're gonna have a fundraiser for MSF very, very soon. I have some ideas for stuff for my streamiversary coming up. I thought about having it up this week, but I couldn't figure out a way to take mattcaulder is bullying me about bullying them. I couldn't figure out a way to make the donations make sense now going into Monday. So just know that Monday there will be a little fundraiser for MSF for this, where you can affect my stream for Monday. I'm chatting with Brian about it a little bit. We've, figuring out some stuff. It's gonna be a really fun day. I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be my stream anniversary. I've been doing it. I'll be doing this 7 years, which is again also ridiculous to say. So I'm looking forward to it, but also I'm trying not to think too hard about it. But okay, it's a little early, but I'm gonna take my break. I'm gonna take my break because this is a good time for it as we're moving between things. So I'm gonna take my break. I'm gonna refill my tea, check my water, have my snack, all that stuff. When I get back, we will do Game Dull in our games, and we will dive into Titanium Court because, excuse me, I want to play more Titanium Court. I want to see what's going on. I've been having a great time with it, and now that we're on the other side of Directive 8020, I want to go back and play more of that. So I'll see everybody back here in just a little bit. If you haven't recently